the city of Pittsburgh. Welcome to Acrisure Stadium. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Please welcome your 2026 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Has this at the 6. It's away from 1. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So out have the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out as a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game. But he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
And it's not just your quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
On second down, Robinson. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing third down to begin this ballgame.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Steelers in the dime for this third down. Third and long for him here. He's going to run for it. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. The big play, and that's him 17 yards. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Falcon first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Penix now on first down. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's a Falcon first down.
First and 10.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Second and 3 now. Robinson on the inside give. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
33-yard line.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Here's the design run. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Penix here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that is good enough for Atlanta. 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. To the right side and reeled in by London. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's Robinson. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Nick Folk now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Steelers nothing.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. It's a pickup of 26. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Rodgers going to throw on first. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Trying to find his tight end, and it's going to be 2nd down.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, One of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Off play action, here's Rodgers. Left side, caught by Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Third down, they need 7. Again, Rodgers. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. You're going play fake with Penix. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Might be time to reach into the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. From the shotgun, Penix. And he sure gave his all to make that play, but it hits the deck. It's going to be 3rd down. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he'll try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and more importantly, to stop it.
4th down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Rodgers from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. This is Dowell on second down. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. So they'll get to scheme about this third down call for a bit. That brings us to the end of one. 7-3 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They've got 3rd and 2 to start out. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that brings up 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. Ooh, snap came in slow, but he got it away. He dodged the tackle. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
At the 39-yard line.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They send the tight end in motion. They go play action. Here's Penix. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. Steelers have it, headed the other way. And Pittsburgh's going to take this back for the touchdown. The Steelers capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Chris Boswell for the point after. He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And the Steelers push their lead to 3.
Falcons 7.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. and he has enough room to gain about 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Penix working from the gun. That's complete. It's the rookie from Georgia. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That chunk with a nice 21 yards. And that's a Falcon first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On first down, here's Penix. Oh, look at this, here he goes.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble, but the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. A 6-yard gain on the play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
All set to go now from the 35. On first down, here's Penix. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far, brings up 2nd down.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches, they really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. They'll air it out on 3rd. That one complete to Pitts. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 30. That's another Falcons first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the red zone now. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 2nd quarter lead. Drake London with the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Folk on now to try the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead.
14, Steelers 10.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. This return starts at the 5. Making some progress here. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Rodgers will look to throw. He dumps it off to his running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
3rd and long for him here. He's going to loft one deep to the left. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece, and he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
On the counter, Dowdle. A nice start here on 1st down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
So it's going to be 2nd and about 4 on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Catch made. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get some late points and the lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers push their lead to 3.
Steelers 17, Falcons 14.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. His charge towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate, and lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Penix here from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he reaches the 35 before going out. That one gains 7. And that's a Falcon first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All set to go now from the 35. Penix on first down. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable, and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Penix to throw. That's Dotson with a catch out right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Again, Penix to the air. Look underneath here. Robinson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4. And again, it's Penix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Penix on 3rd down. He's making a bid for it. And Penix gives himself up after picking up that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They've got first down here from the 36. From the shotgun, Penix. Finds him over the middle. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Atlanta.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. To the air with Penix. Drops back. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So a field goal game at the half. Good one so far. 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. It's all lined up. Falk ready to send this one flying. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the third quarter. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Falcons will take over with the football just outside the 30. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL. And especially in the second half, you have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
First down now, ball at the 33. Slot man motioned over. They're going play fake with Penix. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chain. To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Penix looking to run with it. Has room into the secondary. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons grab the lead on their first series of the half. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Falk on now to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead.
21, Steelers 17.
It's all lined up. Falk ready to send this one flying. Returning it from the 4. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And this group feeling a little urgency to make the most of this one, Brock, after they threw that interception the last time out.
Yeah, we know there's no more predictive stat in the NFL than giving the ball away. Now, we walk that fine line as a quarterback. You can't play timid and scared to make a mistake, but you know you can't put the ball again in the other team's hands.
First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll start on the ground. Dowdle. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Trying to throw this from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 8 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him from the 31. First down throw here by Rodgers. Just like the last play, Metcalf has it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Rodgers set to pass. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that means 3rd down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. He has them first over the middle. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. They got 21 yards on the play. And the Steelers have a first down.
At the 44-yard line.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Again, Rodgers. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Going again here, it's Rodgers. He's still going at the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. A gain of 15 there. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown out quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Rodgers will look to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Boswell able to knock it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time Well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Has this at the 6. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Now Penix off the play action. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Design quarterback run here. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field, nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
3rd down, it's Penix. He's got London left side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Dowdle. That's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Left side, caught by Metcalf. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Rodgers to throw. But I believe a Steeler was first in that football. They make the recovery and keep possession.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
So they keep the football, but now they face 2nd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Brought in right side. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Now here's Rodgers. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
The Steelers set to punt it. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. Snap comes in slow, and they block it. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our 3rd quarter. So we're through 3 here. It's the Falcons with the football. They're leading, but not by a ton. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Play fake. Penix. That one complete to Hooper. And this one does not go far.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. From the gun, it's Robinson. Escapes the defender. And a decent run, gets about 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and just 2 to go. Another carry for Robinson. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Nick Folk. From the right hash, 55 yards out. The kick is off the mark, no good. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
Kate, they had a chance to take a field goal out of the picture, and I don't know how I can quantify this other than hope. Now you've provided hope for that opponent because they know just get themselves into range and they can take care of business on their end.
Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Dowdle. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
First down.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and in what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
They'll go with Dowdle on the run. That one only good for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Taken down at the 41. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Play fake. Here's Rodgers. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. At That's a pickup of 9. And the Steelers have a first down.
You know, they say you never go broke taking a profit. Just find that completion. It may not be a Benjamin, but even those little dollar bills start to add up.
First and 10 from the 32. Shotgun give now to Dowdle. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action here with Rodgers. Hits his running back. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal. Following the play, we have an injured Steeler. The training staff out there to check on him as we take a pause. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. He finds it right side. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take a 4th quarter lead. Roman Wilson, the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Now Rodgers going to get the Steelers set to go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead.
Makes the score Steelers 28, Falcons 21.
I always say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups, and that time they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call throwing it for 2, but that risk pays off.
Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Jukes away from 1. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. The left side is caught by Pitts. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Here's Robinson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta. 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Going to the ground again on first. Going to be a yard at most there, and it's second down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Penix here from the gun. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. But it looked like a Falcon swooped in and got to that football. Yes, they recovered. They're keeping possession. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Well, they got the football back, Brock, but things don't look much better. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
And it's 4th down.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Falcons losing by 7. The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Desperation time here. And to force it on 4th, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers make the play that should win them this game.
I know he started to play as a defender. Gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back. He looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
The Steelers offense headed out. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Dowdle will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Setting up, 2nd and goal. Throw him again. And he can't punch it in. Man, the defense punches back, sticks him at the 2. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Dowdle. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steelers go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers double their lead to 14.
Falcons 21.
Now Boswell on to send this away. He fields it from the 8. He dodged the tackle. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Falcons ready for their next possession. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. That's low and bounces short of his man.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. To throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception, just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized the pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Trying to push deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Line up the design keeper. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.